everybody, I'm Jeff Pavlock. Welcome to the Geekiverse. I got Seth with me and a new member to the Geekiverse contributing today, Mike. What's going on, Mike?
How are you doing?
Not too bad, dude. I mean, hey, if Seth's in with me, then we gotta be talking some giant monsters, right?
Yeah, of course.
Well, what giant monster are we talking about today?
We're talking about King Ghidorah. Wait.
No.
Oh,
no.
what was it?
He's hairier.
Oh.
And a little taller.
Pete.
Pete? Yeah, it probably is Pete.
King Kong.
That's right.
That
King
must be it.
Couple weeks only, guys. Kong Skull Island finally comes out. The next movie in the MonsterVerse, as Legendary has described it.
That's right, the growing MonsterVerse. Very excited for this one.
Bringing Godzilla and King Kong together.
Yeah.
One more time.
Oh my gosh, finally. And after, how many years has it been since the original King Kong vs. Godzilla?
It was in 1962, so let me do some math real quick. 55 years?
It's
a few years. It's a couple years.
And so, all right. We want to talk about.
We're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk. But I'll let you guys discuss.
We're finally
getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, we're finally getting some trailers dropped for this. Obviously, there was the Comic-Con reveal last year, but it didn't show too much. It was almost like they kind of obscured Kong a lot, very subtle hints of him. But now we're seeing him all his glory. I mean, CGI looks great. He's smashing monsters with trees and rocks and all this.
Yes.
So I'm really getting the sense that Skull Island isn't going to be like 2014 Godzilla, where the monsters were kind of hidden for much of the movie. That movie kind of focused on more of like their effect on humanity, whereas this is just going to be.
Which I liked.
Yeah, of course. No, I love that technique. Absolutely. I don't know what you thought about that, Mike.
For the longest time, a lot of movies have been doing that, trying to spook you by not showing you the monster right away. So I'm on board with. Give it to me right from the get-go. Let's go for the ride.
You want to see him right in front of the camera, just smashing buildings and everything.
You want to see some buildings smashed. You want to see Sam Jackson with catchphrases, guns, and I'm in.
He's already got a couple so far.
Yeah.
John Goodman is in this. Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston. It's a great cast.
That is a fantastic cast.
I love the people that they pulled
J.K.
into
Simmons
it.
was going to be in it.
That's
unfortunately,
right.
That would have been even better, but still, that's a fantastic cast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Comic-Con trailer. There was so much happening last Comic-Con with Marvel stuff and Doctor Strange, Justice League, Suicide Squad, and everything. And I was really surprised that Kong Skull Island was maybe the coolest trailer of all those that I'd seen. It was just so compelling. It was just so, there's just so much I love about how they're doing it. I love the design for King Kong. It's cool that we're going back to the basic concept of King Kong, but it's not a retelling of the original 33 movie. It's really kind of a different story, really. So that's kind of the first time it's been done, because even the 76 movie, which was kind of different, it was still the same basic outline.
Right. This is going to be the first Kong movie in the longest time where Kong's not going to die at the end. He ain't going to be falling off the top of the Empire State Building or the World Trade Center, regardless of which remake it is.
I'm excited for a fresh start for it.
It is.
I mean, the one with Jack Black and those guys, you're thinking, Peter Jackson's movie, you're thinking, this could be cool, had the potential, and I mean, somewhere deep in there's a good movie. But they just went a little too bonkers with filming extra stuff that really didn't add anything.
3.5 hours of stuff.
Yeah, it was maybe a bit too.
There's a 2-hour film in that 3.5 hours. But the trick is finding it.
I bet a fan edit exists or could exist of that is, that trims out the fat and is really kind of maybe what that movie should have been. But I still really like that.
Oh, of course, me too.
Movie, though.
But it's just amazing to think that then the original 1933 is only about hour and a half long.
Yeah.
So you, literally doubled the length of it to get that in. Mixed results. I don't know. I mean, I love the Peter Jackson remake.
Yeah.
But I know where you're coming from on that. Maybe they threw too much in there.
Yeah,
Maybe
it was a little bloated, and I think it was trying to do an update of that exact same film. Mm-hmm. And I think they sort of lost their way. So I'm looking forward to a good shoot 'em up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everything they're showing in these trailers right now, some of the shots are incredible. Like especially those fire shots. I don't know if they're like setting like a lake or something on fire.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that's one of the the big, maybe like the grand finale or whatever this movie's gonna be. I'm loving those shots. The spider walking above them is so creepy.
Yeah, there's I really like, since this is a period piece, it takes place in the 70s.
Yeah, I believe they're like
Vietnam era.
Yeah.
So they really seem to be taking a lot from the aesthetic of certain movies that are about that time or took place during that time. The IMAX poster is the Apocalypse Now poster, straight up, just with King Kong on it.
That was really cool.
And that just kind of like that orangish haze of just like the heat and the war of like of the Vietnam conflict is just kind of being used aesthetically for this, and I really love that. That's a great approach.
One thing that's going to be really interesting about this is that we're going to see more of Monarch the organization that featured prominently in 2014's Godzilla, which studied these giant monsters and other giant creatures across the world.
That's right.
John Goodman's character is assumedly one of their researchers.
I believe so.
And a recent clip makes a mention where he's talking about the 1954 atomic bomb test, which he specifically says they weren't tests, they were trying to kill something. That's obviously in reference to Godzilla.
Yeah.
I'm interested to learn a little bit more about Monarch, maybe how they got started. Like, was this, like, is this their first real big study? Like, is this kind of how they got rolling? Or were they already, like, you know, maybe, was Kong the first monster that they found?
No,
That's
you
true.
know what I mean?
That's the fun part. We're going into an entirely different universe.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think after everybody's so tired of hearing origin stories being told over and over again, you're starting to compare them. They go off on a whole new tangent. This is kind of exciting.
It is very much, yeah. Because, yeah, like I said, I mentioned earlier that, you know, each King Kong movie has been an iterative attempt to retell that same original story, and I don't know that it really, I don't think it has been done better than the 1933 version, even though the other versions I like them in one way or another. So yeah, just do something completely fresh and new with it, and actually building it towards a universe, you know, and having King Kong be, instead of being 50 feet tall, having him be 100.
Yeah, they said he's 100 feet tall in this one.
Still a good bit shorter than the legendary picture is Godzilla, who's almost 400 feet tall, but he can hold his own against him.
He's got some growing to do, I think.
Yeah, do you think he's going to grow? How
Oh,
did he
yeah.
grow in the original Toho movie? Was it through berries or something?
No, I don't know if they actually mentioned how that happened. I almost got the vibe that he was already that big, but he liked the berries so much that I don't know.
All the berries, he just ate the berries
Yeah.
just because he liked them?
So, you know,
Fruit is good food, you know.
1960s Toho was weird stuff, man. Let's be serious. All those giant monster and sci-fi movies of the 60s and 70s, that was some weird
Yeah,
stuff.
and Toho did King Kong Escapes,
That's
I
right.
believe?
Yep.
Mecha Kong.
Mecha Kong.
Maybe we'll see Mecha Kong at
And
some point.
a T-Rex that did kangaroo jumps in Kit Kong.
All right.
Yeah.
You can tell
America needs their own version of that.
You can tell
Yes.
they had costumes and weren't quite sure what to do with them.
Yeah. Guys in the rubber suits.
Yes.
No more of that though nowadays.
Yeah. So yeah, and supposedly there's an after credit scene.
That's what we're here.
Right? There is.
I'm really curious.
I don't know
to
what's
see
in
what
it.
this is.
I'm sure it hints towards Godzilla though. It has to
That's
be.
my thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Monarch captures Kong and brings him over to civilization.
Maybe. As far as we know, this is supposed to be pretty much on the island as opposed to capturing and bringing him to New York City like what always happens. But
Well, if they're going to steal the Marvel Easter egg and give us a little something at the end, I hope it sets the table for something
yeah.
cool.
Well, Sam Jackson could again show up in this. We're putting together a special group of monsters. They're called the Monster.
The Monster Avengers. Grab Mothra and Rodan in there.
Yeah. So, yeah, are there any other monsters that you feel like could be remade and put into this MonsterVerse besides just King Kong Godzilla? I mean, we're obviously going to have King Kong, Godzilla villains like Rodan and King Ghidorah and Mothra in the next one. But are there any other monsters you feel like you would love
I would
to
love to
see?
see Gamera, but everybody chuckle it up, go ahead. I mean, that's owned by a different studio other than Toho, though, so you'd have to get the rights from Daiei.
Strike
for
a
that.
deal?
You never know.
It could happen.
It could happen. We're seeing Godzilla and King Kong again, so I mean that's got to count for
The
something.
Mysterians?
The Mysterians. Oh man, Planet X for what? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Astro Monsters.
Yes. Yeah. So it could get there someday.
I mean, we're all excited for this movie.
Yeah, very much.
You'll be doing the review for us when it
Yes,
comes out?
I mean, you were all set to do it.
Yeah.
You had to go get your spine broken by Bane or whatever it was you just did.
Yeah. Minor surgery that week, so I'm going to be off my feet for a few days. So
I
I'm
thought that
passing this on to my
Picture I
worthy
had in my head
successor.
of what happened. Yes, thank you very much. I'm very excited to do
I was
it.
fighting off some
Kong Skull
ninjas and these bad guys, and yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that
I
awesome.
broke you. You should have been born in. You should have been not just merely molded by the night, but born in it like he was. That was your advantage.
Yeah.
You live, you learn.
Something
Anyway.
to aspire to.
Seth, where are we going to find you on Twitter when that review comes out then?
At Cap Amerikanski on Twitter. So look for that. It'll be posted from the official Geekiverse account as well, _Geekiverse. So
Can't wait to read
look
it.
for that. I'm looking forward very much to seeing it. It's one of the big ones of the year for me, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pumped for that too. And Mike, where can we find you on Twitter?
MS Powers.
Okay,
Where
I
you
am
checking out?
at. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm at Jeffrey Pavs. You can find us on Twitter for the entire Geekiverse at _Geekiverse. Check out Seth's review when it comes out. We all can't wait for this movie. I think it's going to be one of the best of the year, and hopefully it builds up to something great then in 2019 when Godzilla King of the Monsters comes out. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Hopefully it comes out.
Oh, it's coming out. There's no doubt about it.